It's a rainy day here in our village in Manor Lords, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. There's lots to do. Our storage is full, which is bringing production to a bit of a halt, and we're not generating enough revenue to pay the king's taxes in about 100 days. Too much produce and not enough money. We need to set up some trade routes. Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome to a rainy day here in Manor Lords, as yes, our storehouse is completely full, which is going to bring a lot of production to a halt. So we need to get some stuff getting out of here, which is in turn going to generate some regional wealth. In turn will build our treasury up so that we can pay our taxes. Yeah, so I think we're going to start with boots. I think what we're going to actually do with our cobbler's shop is come up to advance here. And we're going to say always, we're actually going to turn off the shoes here. We're going to say always leave 50 leather. Because at the moment, the only thing we're really using the leather for is clothing and for the boots themselves, which is just another level of clothing. So instead, we're going to say up production of boots. We're going to see if we can sell the boots. We're going to do that with a trading post just here. So first of all, we need to move our stable, which we can do, and we said we might have to redo this line as well, so I was actually going to pop the stable on here, but we're going to redo that line. So let's bring the stable to I mean, where's a good spot for it? It kind of gets used all over really. Maybe just down here will do. Alright, so we'll do that, and then we'll come into these roads here and remove them. And then we'll put them back in once we've figured out where the trading post goes. Trading post, there we go. It's a larger building, but it'll fit nicely there, I think, rather than, what's the other option? There, no, I think that makes more sense. And I think there, maybe we'd put it, have it a little further back. Yeah, maybe we do that. Okay, and then we'll pop the roads back in that was holding that. You can now come around the back of the trading post. That's a very straight road, but I think we're going to be okay with it. There we go. Alright, trading post there then. I'm assuming Heinz will move when somebody comes to grab him. Good job, Heinz. The sun is now shining and the trading post is complete, so let's come into here and get some stuff started. So we need a horse and cart, increases the carrying capacity of 50 goods per trip and significantly decreases journey time to nearby trade points. I mean, that seems like a good thing to do, although we do need the cash at the moment, so maybe not. We'll see how we get on. We'll put a family in there, and then how do we actually get some trade going? Here we go. Minor trade and major trade. We need to spend to unlock these. Yeah, now we do have a lot of stone. Let's have a look at our resources. Here we go. So raw materials, like stone is pretty good, although we are holding off on stone right now. Planks, timber, all of that sort of stuff will keep coming. We could sell some fish. Would rather not. Firewood and charcoal would be fantastic, actually. Is that something we can even sell? Firewood, and they don't want, it doesn't sell for much. Charcoal, since it's a major trade, a trade route is required. Well, I know that we have a lot of the stuff, you know, but 50 gold is so expensive for a trade route. Boots requires 80 gold to set it up. Ooh wee, we just need to get something sold, don't we? Let's have a look. What can we, I mean, we could just planks and we could just get a lot more wood being produced. Export price, import price. I mean, export, it's such a difference. Crops, we're not even close. Food, I don't really think, like, fish is pretty good. I don't think we have quite enough really to start selling food. What about just leather? So hide sell for 4. Leather sells for, we don't know. Charcoal requires 50. I think maybe charcoal, just because of how much we're making. It really drinks into our money. It does sell for 5 though, that's good. So allow foreign trade. Locked because the trade route is set to no trade. Ah, there we go. So export it. And we always want to keep 500. Okay. So we'll see if that has any difference. Whether that was even worth the 50 gold or not, I'm not sure. But I think we needed to do it. And then what I would love to do as well is once we get up our influence to 2,000 and hopefully be able to take... oh, has he already done it? Has he took Relioc from us? Oh, I thought this one was still free. So whether we can actually... I don't know whether we can take it with influence without causing a fight. That's going to be an interesting one. We'll have to see when we get there. At some point we're going to have to because, you know, we want to expand. And I think this is the way to go. But we'll see. Anyway, that's going there. What's this saying? Build a connection to the King Road, otherwise it won't transfer. Ah, that's because we set it back ever so slightly, look. There we go. Now it'll bring in traders, that's good. Yes, okay, so now that's up and running. We have a few families free. I think we need to try and turn this into a 5-field rotation, because this 3-field rotation is good. It seems to be working. Just doesn't really seem to be generating that much bread. We get a little bit at the end of the season, and then it wanders off again, and we'd like to get a bit more of a surplus of bread. So let's go to construction and farming. And where is it? Fields, there we go. How do we best do this? Are we better going that way? That only makes a 5 Morgan. So is that all going to be one field then, I guess? That seems big. Oh, we'd already put a point there. That's why. I was like, this is messing up. There we go. So that's... Oh, yeah, that's 1 Morgan. Huh, that seems a bit bigger than all the others. Okay, we'll say good. And then we'll try and do another one over here. It also sticks to, like, the size of a Morgan. There we go, 1. Okay, so now we have to have 2 fields fallow at once and 3. So 3 make, 2 don't, and then they rotate around. So this is wheat, wheat, fallow. So this can also be wheat, wheat, fallow. This one is fallow, wheat, wheat. So this one can be fallow. Or do we do wheat, fallow, wheat? Is that right? Or do we let them? Or is the idea we let them have 2 years off each, and then we only have 3 rotated? That doesn't seem right. Let's try that and see if that's okay. And then we need to look up here. What storage is full? Yeah, I know this is full. So do we build a second one of these and just have it store charcoal and firewood and have it sort of sat over here? That's probably not a terrible idea, is it? Logistics, storehouse. If we just have a storehouse here, or if we could squeeze one in there, that'd be good. If we put one in there that just has firewood and charcoal, doesn't seem to be a terrible idea. And then we can refuse firewood and charcoal here, and it opens up a lot more space. Okay, let's see how both of those work out. We've only got 9 months of food. Yeah, food is starting to become a bit of an issue. We have a bit of regional wealth, but not much. I would like to maybe give these goats. So these have chickens, chickens, chickens. This is veg, 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 veg. Well, they're not doing a great job over here. And then we also have chickens in a couple of these, right? That's chicken, chicken. Nothing there, nothing there. Yeah, definitely need to get in some more food sources. But let's sort out our storage situation. And let's see if we start actually generating any money from trading posts. I wonder if there's data somewhere that we can see. What did we set up as the trade? I've already forgotten. Firewood. That's right. No, charcoal, that was it. That's just telling us that it's happening. Global markets by average, export price 5. Hopefully we can shift out some exports, and then then eventually the next thing I would like to do is boots, and we'll get shifting some boots out as well. Alright, I was going to let the game run for a little minute and then come back to you, but I'm going to pause it because a few things have happened. First of all, this storehouse went together really quickly. So we can say, don't take anything here. Right? And then, but actually do take some stuff. So, here we go. Commodities, is it? No. There. Firewood. Charcoal. And we'll put one family to work in there. Right, so that will take firewood and charcoal. Then we come over to the regular one here and basically turn it off there. Now, will that stuff move across or will it just slowly empty from here? I'm not sure, but we'll have to keep an eye on that and see. The other reason I paused is because we had a trader come to the trading post and he bought a crap ton of charcoal, I assume. Let's have a look. We had 1,400. We now have 1,300. Wow. So, okay. Charcoal, like, actually kind of really helped there because that will increase this number, but also it means we can do a lot more other stuff. So let's come up to trade here and instantly get some boots on the go, because how are we doing for boots now? Crafted commodities with 72 pairs of shoes. Like, they're making so many shoes. So we can come up to here and actually, it's 160 now. I still think it's worth doing. We're going to establish a trade route. We're going to export shoes, and we're going to say always keep 30. Right, that's what it wants. Desired surplus, yeah. So we'll sell up to 30. Okay. That's good. And then the next thing I want to do then, with that in mind, is come and bring all these to have some animals in. There we go. And I think we probably start with pigs, because hides, we never seem to be struggling for hides. Now, obviously, we're making a lot more shoes now, but right now we have a good stock of leather, which is coming from hides. So if we can choose, which I think you can, between goats and pigs, I'll choose pigs, because actually what we really want is just meat, because we're down to 27 meat now. Yeah. So maybe when we do get some level 3 houses, maybe something like this trapping is worth doing to get some passive meat. We got honey, which in turn gets us wax. I'm not too fussed about that, though. I think we're still working up towards here. This fertilization to allow sheep on fallow. I definitely think that's the way to go. But there's no point in building the sheep farm until we can do that, I don't think. Yeah, pasture space 0 of 0. But with that fertilization, it'll tell us what the pasture space is, I hope, for sheep and lambs. Alright, we are cooking on gas regarding regional wealth now due to our trading post. So I think we can actually start to look at just maybe bringing down taxes a little here. Although I think land tax has to stay at 0 or 10, right? Can we type in a number? Okay, that's good. So we can type in 5. So we'll start taking 5 off here. And then as soon as this hits 2,000, I think we probably... In fact, let's bring our tide down, because now that place has been taken over by the other guy, I don't think we're very much able to go in and do... Yeah, it has been, hasn't it? It has that different colour when he's done it. Yeah. We'll see about influence. I think that still causes a fight, even if we do it with influence. So we want to be careful there, because we have very little in the way of a armed forces at the moment. Definitely something we have to work on in the future. Not really my area. I prefer these games as more sort of economical management sims, but you know, it's part of the game. We're going to try and have a good old tackle at it. But we're just cooking now. We've got so much cash. So what can we do? Let's have a look. This is the cobbler shop. That's fine. Burbage plot level 2 here. It doesn't really have anything on the back of it, so let's give it chickens. We'll go chickens. Chickens is free. They just start making chickens. In fact, I think the chickens instantly appear. Yeah, here they come. Hello, we were inside the whole time. But these work differently. We've spent the money to build the animal pen, but nothing's actually here. We have to actually order the pigs. So we're going to click order pigs, and order pigs. There we go. Oh, it's not a single pig. Okay, that's good. I was going to say, do we have to order at least 2 to keep them producing? But it just said pigs. So I assume they will eventually arrive. That's good. But yeah, chickens just kind of exist. But pigs we have to mail order. Wait for piggies on Prime. Well, we survived the winter and we did okay. We're a little low. Food supply is 7 months now. And I'm... Like, we're making bread. We have 57 bread, but it feels like everything else dropped down because of it. So I'm not... Like, it's weird. We have 26 meat, 27 veg, 8 eggs, 7 honey, 81 fish. Now, that it could just be that that's after the winter. So let's just run time a little quicker. We're making bank as far as regional wealth is concerned, so I do think that maybe we just start importing some food. I mean, it seems a little wild to be spending money on food. We should be able to produce enough for ourselves, but we're not. Which storage is full? Yes, this one. I've upgraded this already. It was already full. 250 is nothing, really. Like, you kind of have to upgrade these pretty quickly. Goes from 250 to 2,500. 2,500, however you want to say it. Like, that's quite a big difference. So we'll just make that a large storehouse. Even though it's only still storing charcoal and firewood, I think it kind of needs to be done. There we go. Treasury change. There we go. We paid our dues. That's good. So, I mean, at this point, are we just earning enough through trading that we don't actually need a tax? Land tax. Wait, which one's land tax? Collected from regional wealth. No, so regional wealth, treasury, your personal money, usually collected from taxes via the manor, can be used for diplomacy, hiring retinue and mercenaries, as well as settling. And then annual royal tax. This tax will be collected from the treasury. Enable taxes via the manor. Yeah, so we kind of have to have some taxes, which is kind of annoying. So the actual predicted loss doesn't change at all with the tithe at 10%, so we might as well do that. It'd be nice to have other ways of getting money into the treasury, because I'd rather just not tax my people. But, you know, that's how it works, I suppose. Yeah, I think then we start looking at bringing it... Okay, food has started to trickle back up again. Now we're up to 11 months, so that may well have just been... This is the winter for us, basically. Also, I was having a look at this. It says that it generates us 2 meat for every 150 days. So basically like 4 meats a year. That seems pitiful. But, you know, it is what it is. We need 3 level 3 Burbage plots to get an extra point. If we had 1 more point, what would we do? We would do fertilization, wouldn't we? Allows use of fallow fields as a pasture, improving fertility, restoration. Yeah, so it means we don't have to build pastures. That's the one I really want to do, I think. Although deep mining is also really important. This is meant to be a stone place, but if we're stuck onto this one plot for a little while, we really need to make sure it's suitable so we can start building an army. And there's the use of fallow field as a pasture, improving fertility. Yeah, I think that is the one we have to go for. I feel like we're not ready for leveling up stuff, though, because they're going to want a lot more. Oh, we can't actually level them up. We need a tavern first. And the stone church. Now, the stone church we can do. We might not have any stone right now. Oh, we do. We have 80 stone. Okay, we can do that. What do we need here? 10 clay. Okay. So let's go and grab clay. Has this started clearing out a little now? Yes, nice. That seems to be working. So charcoal and firewood are just slowly being removed from there. Charcoal is comfortably coming over to here. Okay, that's good. And charcoal gets sold here in general goods, doesn't it? Yeah, charcoal. Charcoal boots and leather. Come and get your charcoal boots and leather. The other problem I'm having is this one here never seems to have a third food supply, despite it seemingly being available here. Storehouse supply capacity. Granary supply capacity. So maybe we need to up the granary family. Let's do that. They are instantly having a store. Maybe that was the problem. Yeah, look, store's gone straight up there. Let's see what they put in it. I'm curious. Just some bread and some honey. Okay, will that in turn Oh, there we go. So that was actually a problem we had. Oh, interestingly, no water access. That could be that we need to upgrade our well here. Yeah, we can do that. Up to 50 burbage plots. I don't know how many. Ah, yeah, 15, look. Okay, so we definitely turn that into a stone well. That's a new feature. That wasn't an option for us first time round. It was just the that regular one. So a stone well will serve a lot more people. Keep people happy, I hope. Although it wasn't actually showing us a negativity here. Like, it'll definitely help, I think. Let's have a look. Nice. Excellent. That looks great. We now have 100% water supply, which in turn is going to make these happy. It's always worth looking at, like, the furthest one out, you know? So first of all, there's absolutely zero reason why any of these houses shouldn't be producing something themselves. We can always go back in and change them later when we want to start looking at doing production. But for now, there's no reason why they shouldn't be making at least chickens or veg if they're big enough. I think chickens for these smaller ones seems obvious to me, as does here. We can't do anything in that one. That's just a house, so we'll leave that low for now. This one is probably also chickens, I think. It's not quite big enough to make a valid veggie plot. Okay. And what about over here? These are all doing something now. Chicken, 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 pig, pig, pig. What are you? You're chicken, you're cobblers, of course, and then veg and veg. Okay, so they're all producing something. That's good. It's got us up to a year of food. That's what we like to see. We have less grain now. Oh, the other thing I did off camera as well is I built a little granary over here that just deals with the stuff for bread. So it just takes in crops. I've left all crops open even though we're only making wheat right now. And then it takes the grain and the flour. Because the problem was what we were having is grain would come and sit down here and it didn't seem to be making its way back up to the windmill. So now this holds... It's got some vegetables in it. I mean, is that something I allowed to happen? No, there shouldn't be vegetables in it, but whatever. Yeah, so now the grain, it all sort of stays around here, which is good. And that's going to help us generate lots of bread. Vegetables doing okay. Meat is still pretty low. Fish is okay. I mean, I guess meat is always going to be low, like it is a premium, right? Let's be honest, a lot of these, you know, in this time they would eat, you know, lots of like root veg and wheat and stuff like that. Like meat was a premium. Like we started off with a crazy amount of wheat, but now crazy amount of meat, but I think now we're handling it quite well. That's just trickling up through the year, which I'm quite happy about. I do wonder if we could come in here and just do something for food and just maybe like bring in berries. We're just never getting berries because we just don't have berries in this region. Let's do it. Let's get sorry, I had to really think about that. We're going to import berries. And we always want to have they cost a lot. We always want 30 as a surplus. We always want 20. And that might help with this. And it'll give us a bit more variety in the marketplace. Alright, clay then. That's definitely something we need to look at doing. So that's going to be mining or industry, what have you. Here, mining. Mining pits, iron ore, clay, or salt. Yeah, so we need one of those, and we need it right up here. And it's going to be a fairly non-permanent build. There's only so much clay there. So at the moment, at least, yes, we'll have a path there. I suppose we can take one out this way, although I don't know how needed it's going to be. We do this because we can. Okay, so we'll get that going. We'll build on right on top of the clay. I hope that's... Like, it didn't let me snap to that. Oh, no, it's iron. I'm sure we'll get some iron. Where's the clay then? Ah, the clay's all the way over here. I mean, we might as well mine the iron. It's the same thing, so that's fine. We haven't built the wrong building there. Okay, we'll do this. Alright, because at the moment I think this is empty, yeah, because we don't want to do that until we've Put the rich mining on it. And then it'll stay at 1100. Oh, he exactly did 100. That's pretty good. Why are you going all the way up there? There's a road. You'll walk back down the road, won't you? Clever clogs. Okay, so the iron mine will leave. I won't worry about mining it just yet. It's the clay we need. So we'll basically put a family on the clay. Once the clay has been completely removed, we'll move them over to the iron, because we don't really need the iron right now. It's going to be good for weaponry, but at the moment we're living a very pacifist life. What is now full? Logging. Yeah, it's always full. That is what it is. Don't worry about it. Mining pit. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. We took a good chunk of clay from there. We're going to actually leave the rest for now, and we're going to bring in a clay furnace. We'll put it over here in our sort of industrial zone. I actually set this storehouse up to hold the clay. Forgot to turn it off from here, so there's actually some over here as well, but I've turned it off now, so this will just empty out. We want that to kind of empty out as quick as we can, really. Looking at the plots here, otherwise we're doing okay. I would love to get church level to the next one, because then in the next episode we can worry about the tavern and the sheep. Those are, you know, two big things. Beer and lamb, that's what we want. So we'll get this this clay oven built. That will allow us to produce some tiles, and then all I'm going to do, we have a free family that's building stuff at the moment. I'm just going to take the family off the clay pit and move them to the clay tiles. Like, they're just going to be the clay people, whether they're digging it up or flattening it out. I don't know how tiles are made. I'm not a tile guy. We'll get them doing that. And then the other thing we need to look at soon is, now we've got cash, money, and stone and pretty much everything else, we can start to look at expanding out our castle planner, which is exciting. We have walls and gates we can do. We have the outer tower, provides 10 to garrison space. Garrisons units and villagers shoot projectiles at approaching enemies. It's a work in progress, that's fine. Garrison tower increases maximum retinue size by 12, limited to 1 per region, but that's definitely something we can look at doing. Oh, it snaps to the building as well. That's neat. Well, snaps to this building at least. Yeah, that's cool. And then we have the tax office cosmetic. We've already built one of those. So we could build a garrison tower there. What does it actually need? Stone. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, let's do that. Does it look okay there next to that building? It does, doesn't it? It sits really nicely there. Wow, that's some like foundation level of building. Actually, it's a little off. But it makes sense to have it. Does it make sense to have it on the side of the building, or does it make sense to have it as its own thing? We're probably better trying to bring the coverage out a little, aren't we? Maybe we do it there. It doesn't let us rotate it. Rotate selected. What is that? Oh, we do there. There we go. Where's the entrance? There isn't an entrance. That's why we build it on here. Because there isn't an entrance. Okay, well, alright, well maybe we do that then. Okay, we'll commit to it. And that can get built. How's this oven going? Oh, it's not even started. Come on, gang. Clay finish is done. Can I click it? There we go. Is this much we can do here? No, we just want to make roof tiles, right? We're just going to... There's nothing else the clay is used for, I don't think, so it's not worth holding it for anything. Okay, so we'll actually remove you from the mining pit. And give you a job in the furnace. And get some clay tiles done. By that time, this thing will have been built. Let's have a look regarding our retinue then. Where is that? Here, army. Retinue. 5 of 12. What does that mean? 5 of 24. So how do we get more of you? I'm glad you're all doing good. Recruit men at arms. There we go. 50. Pay from your treasury to hire a retainer who already owns basic military equipment. Promote one of your citizens to retinue locked in early access. Okay. So we pay. I mean, that's fine to pay from the treasury. We have 1,000 to spend, I guess. Pay the full price to import the armor set for this retainer. Pay half price buying from local armorers. The treasury funds will get transferred to the regional wealth, but we haven't got the armorers. Wears a relic around his neck. Nickel. You're doing great, Nickel. I mean, I kind of want to... Do they just appear? Let's get it up to 10 then. And they... Wait, close. There we go. And they hang out here, do they? Is that the idea? Army. So if we click rally... Jump, 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 jump. I see, yes, they come running out of there. I see. Somebody's in the way. People are in the way because that thing is getting built. But that's fine. Militia and retainers will return to their daily lives as civilians. Mercenaries will leave your service. Okay, yeah, no, off you go. You're all good. Carry on doing what you were doing. Okay, the construction is finished on the manor. That's nice. And they eventually make their way out the door. Oof. I mean, there is a door. If we'd have built this separately, would that have had stairs on it? I'm kind of interested. I don't like them all having to come in and out of the manor there, you know? That's causing a problem. I'm going to try doing it over here. Let's see what happens. That's a nice little spot for it, even though this is all very temporary. I actually quite like that. It's going to have to get completely rebuilt. But yeah, here they come. I mean, they're looking pretty good. Helmets and whatever else. Right now, we don't need you. Thank you, though. Sorry. I know I keep making you come in and out. I'm curious. I'm just curious as to what that looks like. Okay, clay pit, clay furnace even. We now have a couple of roof tiles being built. Excellent. Stone church is done and looking beautiful, which means all of our level 2 beverage plots will be happy about that. There we go, church level, nice. And then tavern, yeah. So next episode we'll do tavern and sheep, beer and sheep. That's what needs to happen. Clay furnace, might as well just keep going until there's no clay left, I guess. We currently have 41 clay. Where is the construction-y numbers? The construction, there we go. 30 roof tiles. Okay. So we go. Oh, we need to turn stone off. I had him going in to do stone for a bit because we didn't have much, but we'll leave that for now. Also, maybe we don't. It does say rich deposit, but I think the deep mining comes from here. So I think we can only actually do forever mining if it's a under the ground one. So stone might be might be like a capped resource, because all the stones are just rocks, you know? Which is kind of wild, because stone you would think is just dig a hole down enough, you'll find stone kind of thing. So yeah, it might be that we might as well just do that, and eventually we'll have to import it if we need that much. I'm not sure. I don't know whether it really needs much. It'll be interesting to see what this requires. Let's have a look. No, see, this requires more roof tiles and some regional wealth, but not stone. So maybe we don't actually need that much stone until maybe the castle is being built. This is a manor at the moment, but the development chain does talk about this becoming more of a castle build, which is exciting. But food-wise, we're doing great now. We're up to 17 months. That's even through a winter, so that's great. It's mostly coming from veggies and bread. That's fine. We got a little bit of berries, and honestly, I don't think the berries are actually making it to the marketplace. So we'll maybe look at that in the next one as well. Once we get sheep, I think sheep create milk. Well, I mean, I know sheep create milk. I'm in the game. I'm not sure what they generate. Sheep breeding, sheep grazing on pastures slowly multiply. So it's probably meat as well. Let's see in here. It'll tell us under farming, maybe pasture, provides pasture bait for livestock. Sheep farm, workers shear wool from sheep. Ah, no, okay, so we don't get meat or milk from them. We just get wool. So, I mean, that, like, we can turn wool into stuff, right? Let's have a look. Wool becomes wool into yarn. And then from there, one of these will turn yarn into... Enables production of clothes and cloaks and gambesons. I think it's that one. We can use yarn. So, gambesons are good. Cloaks are good. They're good exports, if nothing else. And really, the main reason we were looking at doing sheep is to improve the fallowness here. Like, these aren't actually that bad, 71 and 60. But then these ones that are in 16, that's pretty awful. 11, 23. So we're going to get a pretty poor wheat yield this year. But if we have both of these sort of filled with sheep, it's going to help. So yeah, so sheep and beer in the next one. Beer is probably something we're going to have to import. I would like to just import the raw material and have it produced here. So what I might do is, if we're having the tavern here, it would make sense to maybe remove the chickens from here and instead have them be brewery. Produces ale from malt. So we need to look at bringing in malt. Is that classed as a crop? Flax, barley, wheat and rye? No. Is it classed as a food then? Oh, you watch us not be able to import it. Crafting materials then, does it class as? Yeah, crafting materials there. It's expensive to bring in. 14. Jeez. Malt. Sorry. Malt is produced. Barley is the crop. What? Yeah, there, look. Refines barley into malt. But even still, barley costs 12. Is it really that bad? If I remember rightly, it really was. I mean, we could look at adjusting this. Does this actually change? Like, because that's gone down, this has gone up. So maybe as we get the fields in, it might get better. And we swap out one of the wheats for some barleys. And even if we only get a little bit, it's better than nothing. I feel like it's very expensive to buy just to give our folks a booze up. I don't know. We'll talk about all this in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I could just play this game for hours, honestly. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. It really does help out the channel. And if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Love you all to bits. Till the next one. Be good.